Good morning. My name is Richard Adgo. I'm from New Zealand. I'm here to give a testimonial for a very good reason. This is my 6th year on the PH Miracle program, and I got involved with it mainly because I got melanoma. Well, I was actually doing melanoma. Uh, you don't uh, uh, you don't realise you've got this problem until your energy levels and that drop. And I was on the farm, working on the farm, and my energy levels kept dropping away and dropping away. And then one day I noticed I had a mole on my back that was bleeding. And I thought, oh, it's just I've rubbed it on a bit of machinery or something. So anyway, I left it, and a couple of weeks later I was having a massage. And a chap said to me, he said, that wasn't there last month, Richard, what have you done? I said, well, I noticed that too. I thought I rubbed it. He says, oh, well, you better get your GP to have a look, because I was in the GP office at the time. And so he made an appointment. It surprised me how quick I got an appointment, like it was within 6 hours. And I went to the GP and he took a look. He said, oh, we'll take a little biopsy. So he took a piece off and sent it away. And within 2 days, had a phone call saying, well, I would like you to come into the office. And I came in, and he said, we've had a test back, and he said it's melanoma. So we're going to send it in for. I'm going to take part of it out and send it away. So he did that. He then took a major part of it out and sent it away. And then I got another call about 5 to 6 days later from a surgeon he was at the Bowen Hospital. And he said, it's important that you come in and see us. Well, my wife and I went in there, and he said, out of the range of melanoma, you've got the second worst you can get. And he said, it's not a good prognosis. Your survival rate can be about 1 or 2%. So he said, we need to do some surgery. And he said, he was actually a plastic surgeon. And he said, so we'll do some surgery, he said, so he booked me in, and the time frame on all this was about 5 weeks, which surprised me because normally it takes a long time to get in there. And this is, so I went to a private hospital. He did the surgery, and he said, well, that should be good now, you should be right, and we shouldn't see you back here again. I thought, well, that's being quite optimistic, seeing they told me that was quite a severe melanoma. So I just carried on the normal way of living, didn't change anything. And within 3 months, I had lumps come up under my arms on both sides. And this is very interesting, actually, because I went back to him and his face dropped, and he took a biopsy on this side, and within 24 hours, he wanted me back in the hospital. He said, we're going to take your lymph nodes out of both sides. I said, well, no, I don't want that. I want the lymph nodes out of just the one side. I don't want them out of both sides, because there's a lot of side effects that you're not told about and all this. So anyway, I went and had the operation. I took the lymph nodes out of this side, and I went back home, and he said to me, after I'd become sort of healed, I came back, and he said to me, well, I can't really do any more for you. He said, you'll have to go to the oncology department for chemotherapy and radiation. Well, my wife is really into this, suppose at this time I'm thinking health food. And she kept having this book of Dr. Young's there. And it was called the Sick and Tired book. And I got sick and tired of seeing this Sick and Tired book. And I used to turn it upside down because I was so negative. In fact, my energy levels were worse than when I went into the hospital. I'd walk down to the farm, to the workshop, and I couldn't do anything. This went on for 8 months, 6 to 8 months. And when I'd had the operation, I then said to my wife, she said, we're going over to the PH Miracle Centre. I said, the where? She said, the PH Miracle Centre, Dr. Robert Young. I said, no, it's too expensive, we're not going over there. She said, no, it's not expensive at all. She said, it's cheap for your health. You know, she's right into this health food because she was stupid, you know. I wasn't stupid, she's the stupid one. Right. So anyway, I rang Dr. Young and I said to him, look, I've only got about 12 weeks. The surgeon's given me 12 weeks. And the oncology department said, he said, oh, and I said, what's your prognosis? And Dr. Young said, well, how long do you want? He said, come over here and we'll sort it out. So, okay, I jump on the plane, my wife, and I was so negative, and I'm being honest about this. I took my friend. I paid for him to come as well. And because he thought I was ready for the tea and the cakes and the funeral. And so away we go. We come to Dr. Young's. I got the biggest surprise of my life. We got picked up and everything. A beautiful place. We turned up here in Escondido, and we were well looked after. We were introduced. There's a lot of other people there too. I thought I was the only one in the world with this, but there's a lot of other people. There's about 20 people here, and we're introduced to Rob and Shelley, and it was amazing. That his whole Robert Young's attitude. It was just so warm and inviting. And I'm thinking he's some sort of quack, And I must be honest, I really did. And John said to me, oh. So anyway, we go into here and we offered this green drink to start with. And I started on the green drink and I thought, oh, I can't drink this stuff, it's terrible. And I was so used to sugar and all the other problems that you get, associated problems that you get with sugar. And anyway, we went down, we had lectures during the day. And the strange thing was I never felt tired. There's no sleeping, which I'd been doing for 6 to 8 months in the afternoon. All within a day. But I must say one thing, I didn't feel too good. And day 2, I felt even worse because I was going into this detox mode, which I didn't realise I was doing. And it came to day 3 and I really felt, honestly, I was going to go home. I really felt crook, And my wife said, you're not going home, we're here for the whole week, we're not going home. And I woke up the next morning and that was really it. I really felt something had changed. Amazing. And I thought, I still wasn't this perfectly right, but I knew something had happened. And we stayed here on the ranch for 7 days. We did a 7-day retreat. And then we left here after Rob and Shelley had looked after us and fed us. And the biggest thing, Rob had given us an introduction as to what we're doing. So we understood, or at least I understood, what was going on. So when I got back to New Zealand, I did a 30-day detox. And it was actually quite difficult for the first 7, but after that it wasn't bad at all. And for me to do that, and of course my friends kept telling me, oh, you look terrible. Have you got AIDS or something? You're losing all this weight. And I can tell you now, this is 6 years, I still get people who are the biggest critics of this program. They still say to me, wow, you look good, and how do you do all this work? You're 60 years old, you can't do all this work. I still work this program, and I work it fully, right to the end. And I've come back over to see the centre and to see how it's going, and to meet Rob again and thank him yet again, him and Shelley, and for what they've done. And as Rob said, well, you've stopped doing cancer, you just don't do it.